Welcome back, Total Nonstop Impact Talk for Impact fans, right here on the TNI network. I'm joined tonight by our own knockout, Alicia. How are you doing tonight?
We made it. Doing well.
We did make it. J-Bone, who just moved, as you all know, the loyal viewers of TNI. He was trying to get on here. He's just getting the Wi-Fi connected at the new Bone Manor, and he was here. We were talking to him, but he was having some technical difficulty. So I said if he wants to jump on and say hi at some point, feel free. But I know he's going through some growing pains with the tech. So hopefully by next week we got the Bone Man back in tow. So, but he tried. He gave the effort for all of you tonight to try to be here. So we always appreciate Jay trying. So, but you know what? It's a big day for somebody else here at the TNI podcast. We have a birthday boy, and his name it's Trent. Happy birthday, Trent!
Fast media. Happy birthday, Trent. 41 years young.
Ostamania forever. So, Trent, enjoy the big day. If you haven't saw him, wish him a happy birthday on the socials. So we're here to talk about a little Impact Wrestling action. We got the first of the Sin City Showdown starting tonight on the October 27th, right before Halloween. You could say this is our Halloween episode, Alicia.
I would say that if there was more Halloween in the episode.
Yeah, well, it wasn't too much Halloween theming. It's a couple days, so we'll see. But definitely maybe feel the Halloween vibes as we're going tonight. We do have a main event we'll talk about later featuring a knockouts, a little witchy with Taylor Wilde. But
Taylor Wilde.
We'll get into that in a little bit. But no J-Bone tonight. So definitely no J-Bone's news, but we'll go briefly over. There's not a lot. There's not a lot of news. Not a lot of news, but we'll get at least a little bit out there for people. So you know what time it is. It's time for a little.
Longing for that big wrestling news.
Don't believe anything that you read on the internet.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Since we're starting with the likes of those fellas and the dirt sheets, I know, what was it? Right now, I believe Pro Wrestling Illustrated released their top 10 female wrestlers. I guess ahead of their, I don't know if they still do the 50, but the top 10. And shockingly, I think I saw on the socials, Deonna Purrazzo. No Deonna Purrazzo on the list. Jordynne Grace, our Knockouts champion, did make the list.
Okay, well deserved.
Taya Valkyrie, I think, was at 10. They listed her as AAA, but obviously Impact as well. So that's and Thunder Rosa, I believe, was the top from the company down south who did make that appearance, which was also news because I guess Deonna gave an interview where she said the original plan at the Slammiversary where fans returned when she defended against Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa was supposed to win the title. Original plan.
Oh, weird.
We can all be thankful that did not happen. If you thought
that's
the AEW
that's what on that
would have been
that call.
So good call on that. That would have been and Critical Sting here going with some more of the names on there. Tasha Steelz, Masha, Mickie, and Deonna are in the top 20. I don't know if they put the whole list out there. They did release the top 10 now. Okay, so it is the top 50.
That's a big accomplishment for Masha.
Yeah, that's a big jump. I know, obviously, with those lists, I think if you fight intergender, like on the indies and stuff, that helps you, and she does a lot of that. Like if you just fight like if female on female fighting, I don't think they're going to get the credit on a list like that they probably deserve, unless you're WWE or AEW.
Right. That makes sense, I guess. Yeah. I always like to remind people that Masha, up until joining Impact, Masha was strictly fighting dudes.
She was. She almost never fought another female wrestler.
So well deserved.
So yeah, kudos to everyone there, no doubt. Hey, look who it is. Kevin Martin in the chat. Hello, Kevin. Good job on all the production. A lot of good stuff going on. Just to give everybody a heads up, I'll give you a little insight. Kevin was actually one of the 2 ringside cameramen at these tapings.
Woohoo!
So he's done it before, but I don't think he did it for a full set. This time he did. So kudos to Kevin. A lot of the camera work
Congratulations
is from Kevin Martin. So good job, Kev. So other news that we saw come out is and we best wishes, because we know he was in the hospital, had a surgery, is to Laredo Kid. Kid got injured. I know he actually worked the Impact tapings, but then I believe he worked a show for, I believe it was AAA, and he got injured. It sounded like there. I don't know if it was injured during or they just found what they needed to deal with, but I know it was like something with like the small intestine and stuff. So I know he has it sounds like a pretty long road to recovery. Like we're talking months he'll be out. So definitely best wishes for a full and healthy recovery to Laredo Kid.
100, yeah.
A lot of X Division tonight as we get into the tournament to crown a new X Division champion. He's obviously one of the best out there in the world. So wishing him all the best going forward. Obviously it's been, you know what? Impact had put out their schedule through pretty much March of next year.
Oh, wow.
So
it's a big chunk.
We kind of knew what was coming up. Like obviously you had Las Vegas, then you're going to get into Louisville. They're going to do the show at WrestleCade with the IPWF. Then they're going to Pembroke Pines, Florida, to end the year. Then we knew Hard to Kill in Atlanta. And we had heard last week about going back to Vegas in February.
Okay.
For No Surrender. But there was going to be a spot in the middle there for a set of tapings. And we found out they're going back to Kissimmee, Florida, right outside of Orlando. So they're going to return to Florida. So it's going to be Florida, like they're going to hit Florida heavy over the next couple of months. And then the return, we've all waited for it. In March, Windsor, Ontario, Canada. They're going back. The global company returns back to St. Clair College. So I know a lot of the TNI fam, we're already talking about it, going to, like, I think Truck is actually looking at renting a house in Windsor for those shows. So there might be TNI house footage at some point.
Oh, geez.
Who knows? Maybe it will be me and Truck on a tandem bicycle. It will be, who knows? All kinds of shenanigans will take place. So, Mayor, you don't like the Kissimmee? Am I not pronouncing it right? I'm not a Florida guy.
Kissimmee.
Kissimmee.
Kissimmee, Mario.
Kissimmee. So that's the touring schedule. Great that they have it on. I know people are gonna, if I don't say it early, because we did say it later, but I know people will correct us. I know Impact has still been, I believe now they showed a commercial for Impact on Access TV on Dynamite. So it was on AEW as well as on Monday Night Raw again. So they're definitely promoting the product on the other major wrestling shows. So I think that covers most of the news. We're going to keep it brief tonight. Anybody that has any other news they want to throw in the chat as we go along, we will.
Yeah.
So I think we can all get into the show tonight. This is, as stated, the October 27th edition of Impact Wrestling on Access TV and the YouTube Premium for the insiders. And quite a show as we get the Sin City Showdown matches. So we're gonna we start off with some news, some breaking news. We get backstage footage of the coach with Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, the Kingdom, airing their grievances on what happened, how Maria's hurt, that Vincent's injured, that they lost the tag titles. That they don't want to be. They were put in a bad situation. Scott agrees. We won't put you in that situation again. We're not going to put you in a bad situation. So they're like, they're ready to shake hands. He's wearing purple. Then he's like, we're not going to do it again because you're fired. You're out of here. See you later. So the end. That is the, you could say, unceremonious or ceremonious.
Honor is no more.
Honor is no more, as we find out for sure later. But now we know the Kingdom. Now, this was a hot topic last week. We know Brian Hebner on his podcast, he didn't like how that went down, that they showed up on the other show before that. Obviously, let us know in the chat if you think what you think about that situation, how this was handled, if they should have waited. Because obviously they had a plan to write them off TV, which we just saw. And I think it was done right. I credit to all, I think they went out on a decent way. Like for Impact TV, if you were just watching Impact TV and nothing else, I think it was a fine way to say a decent write-off. You had an injury and you had them just being what they were the whole time. You had Honor No More, not issues with Scott, and he got rid of them unceremoniously. So I think
my heart feels empty without them. Well, I'm bummed about it.
It is. Like, you never know, but I guess that also that news, it seems like it's somewhat confirmed that they are signed. When they first showed up, they weren't signed. Now it looks like they are signed the multi-year deals. So we likely will not see them obviously anytime soon, but you never know. It's wrestling. Anything can happen with this stuff. But definitely, I wish them luck, because I think we're all, you just said it, you're feeling lost. We're big fans of them. They had a main focus storyline the whole time they were here. So
there is absolutely garbage in here.
Hold on.
Okay.
That's not true. They were fine. They were
Best
all
of luck to wherever they're going, but it was swell, but the swelling's gone down.
Settle down. All right. The swelling has gone down. And the thing is, that was the only somebody was already quick on the trigger with this, because I was looking for a good Melvin soundbite. Already all gone. They already cleaned them all out. So the only thing I had was the garbage backstage segment. So,
yeah, it's okay.
Wish them well. Happy trails. See you down the road, as they say. But that's how we start the show. We go into that, and then we get X Division first round matchup. The returning Allen Angels against former X Division champion Trey Miguel. Good way to kick it off. Some high flying X Division action. What did you think of this one, Alicia?
Awesome match to start with. I feel like I say that every week, but they do pick great matches to start the show off with. So kudos to Impact. Great to see Allen Angels back in the Impact ring. Maybe I'm talking out of my ass here, but I see that kid's gonna be going places. He's making a name. His name is buzzing, and I feel like in the wrestling business, that's important. And again, it's always good to see him back in the ring and mix it up with Trey Miguel this time. Awesome match.
No, agreed. Now, did you see the end of this match? Did he seem like he was coming off more like a heel than he did his last go around in Impact?
I'd have to rewatch it to really get that kind of interpretation from it, but I wouldn't be surprised. He's got that heel vibe to him, so I wouldn't be surprised. A little bit
different. Like the first time around, he does, like when he did those last Atlanta tapings, he came around. And just like wrestling, just like kind of nothing either way. He was just putting on
He had
like
a little swagger to him.
But yeah, this time it seemed like he had a little more swagger this time around, a little more attitude.
You know what they say though, if you got a dangly earring, you're most likely going to be heel. So
yeah, Critical Sting. I was just seeing if anybody else kind of picked up on that. Like, is it swagger? Is it heel tendencies? I don't know. Let me know in the chat. Throw it in the comments. But obviously, we got big win here for Trey Miguel advancing in the tournament. And we know from the BTI matchup that Black Taurus has also advanced in the tournament. So congratulations to both those individuals as we move on here in the X Division tourney to crown new champion at Overdrive. So we go backstage and we get some more fallout pretty much from the Bound for Glory and Bound for Glory tapings. It's Chris Bay and Ace Austin confronting Tommy Dreamer, Bully Ray in the locker room. And Bully Ray apologizing, but he says he did not attack Ace Austin. But they're not having it. They think he's full of it, like everybody else in the company keeps saying. Can't trust Bully Ray. But then they're like, well, who did it if not you, Bully? And he said Moose. But they're not really thinking it's Moose. They're like, come on.
Moose is in Dracula mode. It's totally Moose.
It could be Moose. You never know. Moose, he's a scumbag. So then like Tommy's kind of getting in the way, trying to be a piece.
Do Tommy stuff.
Yeah, doing Tommy stuff. But Chris Bay's not having it. Chris Bay doesn't. He's like, you know what, Tommy? Let's have a match, you and me tonight. And then Tommy's like, okay, all right, we'll go. Let's have a match. So he tells Bully Ray, Bully, come out, support me. Ace gets involved, go ahead. But don't you do anything else. Like, don't get involved unless you have to. And he's hesitant, but he agrees. He agrees to it. So we got that match later tonight. Finesse Club. And
nice shirt.
A little bit of news. Congratulations to Chris Bay for winning the Mecca title this past weekend at Future Stars of Wrestling. So congratulations to Chris Bay for another title in the arsenal. A lot of big names have held that before. I believe after that, it kind of the inference is he's going to face Johnny Impact at a future date for that as a challenge to that title. So we go to a segment. We got Gisele Shaw and Vexed talking about their match, the main event tonight, the 6 knockout main event. And pretty much we got Chelsea saying that she's going to, if they pin Mickie James in this match, according to the last rodeo stipulation, she done. So they're like, let's focus now. Gisele wants to. Then they want to go after the tag titles. They want to get rid of Mickie, focus on the tag titles, and then do that. But Gisele wants to go after the Knockouts World title. And they're like, no, focus, Gisele, focus. And I don't know if she is. I
think she is focused just on her own bag. You know what I'm saying? I think in my delirium last week, I was like, no, Gisele's good on her own. And this is just going to prove is that Chelsea and Deonna aren't going to want her to go for something bigger than what they're going for. You know what I mean? So like it's going to end drastically.
Yeah, well, it won't end well. It won't end well, it seems. When everybody's out for their, like, it's one thing if you're a team, but then you add somebody else in, they might not really be on the same page. And it seems like maybe she's not really on the same page with them. But
yeah,
we'll see what happens.
I'm okay with Gisele going for the women's belt.
All right. Well, let's go with two people that are on the same page. That's Tasha Steelz and Savannah Evans. And
yes.
She's now facing Rachel Riveter, I believe. Rachel Riveter. And she comes right out. She's just goes right after. Like she could get the pin. Like immediate victory. Squash match. But she doesn't. Instead, she gets a microphone and starts cutting a promo saying, you know what, Savannah? Like I warmed her up. appetizer. Get to Eden. Take her out. So she does. She puts her down. But because of this, that's a DQ. And Rachel Riveter gets the win on this one. But I don't think Tasha cares about the wins and losses. This was to send a message. What would you think about this?
In true Tasha fashion, I thought this was incredibly appropriate. Tasha is the cream of the crop. She's up there at the top with the rest of the big dogs, I feel like, in our Impact Women's division. And so, damn right. It's not cockiness, it's confidence when you know you're that damn good. And so she knows her worth in the company and feeding her scraps. Like I think she said that she doesn't want the scraps.
Yeah.
She wants
what am I doing here? Like this is what you got for me? Come on.
Yeah.
Former Knockouts champion. She has
some nobody. You know what I mean? And it's a good point she made. So I really like this. Maybe because I feel like on commentary, sorry, I'm getting a little jumbled here. They had mentioned that she's coming off of her feud with Kelly, and maybe we'll see some kind of person, like, little change or something. I was hoping for a team up between those two.
Oh,
maybe Tasha starts screaming into like that darkness. You know what I mean? I don't know. Either way, I love Tasha.
Now, Tasha, and you see it, the crowd, like it's at best mixed. If not, she's getting more over than not with the crowd. So she's kind of getting almost a face reaction at a lot of points.
I feel like that happens a lot with Tasha, though, whether she's mostly heel. I feel like it's been a long while since she's been a face, if at all, in the company.
Not really.
She always gets over with the crowd. The crowd love her. I mean, what was that major match between the men and the women a couple weeks ago or whatever? She was getting huge pops.
Oh yeah. What, the gauntlet? Are you talking about Bound for Glory?
The gauntlet, yeah.
Yeah, she was over with that crowd. Like from the music, the entrance, she gets all into it, and that just gets a crowd fired up. You interact with it. We'll talk about another entrance later in this show that gets the crowd going. So we'll get into that a little later.
Oh yeah.
So obviously she did not win this one, but made a statement. So we'll go from there. But backstage, we get Heath and Rhino, your tag team champions, confronted by the Guns, the Motor City Machine Guns. They want the rematch because before they had that title match against the Kingdom, they were like, "Hey, we want our rematch," and they're like, Heath said, "We're getting this title match. We win. We'll give you that. We'll give you that title shot." So they're like, "Okay, where's our title shot?" So they say they want to have the fight. Talk to management. So they agree. All right, we'll go talk to management. Over to see the coach. So we go to commercial, come back. They're at the door. But when they go to Scott D'Amour's office, who's there? The major players. You got Cardona and Myers with the digital media title. They're ready. They want a shot at the tag titles. So they start getting into an argument. The coach comes out. He's like, all right, hold on. He's like, let's have Shelley and Cardona go at it later tonight, and then we'll see what happens. So nothing on the line, but teams that are going after the titles, let's get a singles match.
Sure.
Now we're back. We're back to the ring. We get the match that was set up earlier tonight. Tommy Dreamer versus Chris Bay, partners on the outside. Alicia, what'd you think about this one? And I know, like me, you go back with Tommy Dreamer, but Mr. Las Vegas, respect.
I got a lot of respect for Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah, you gotta have
but in the
respect.
Lord's year 2022, this was not on my bingo card of things I'd see Impact going back with. Fun match regardless. It's always good to see Chris Bay in the ring. But Yeah, it's a Tommy Dreamer match. Tommy in his polka dot pants. Oh, well, if anything, can we just skip to the big reveal in this little shindig where
go to the reveal.
Vampire Moose creeps in and out?
So now we know Scumbag Moose playing a part in this match.
He's Vampire Moose, not Scumbag. I know he called himself a scumbag, but he's a vampire now.
Well, especially for the season.
Yeah, it's a Halloween episode, so someone's got to be something. We didn't get no Rosemary, we didn't get no Masha, we didn't get no Hendry, no Tasha, the Queen of Halloween. We didn't get nobody. We didn't get PCO, nothing. It's all good. It's fine.
Halloween. Maybe it'll be a Halloween special.
I don't know. I got this Lost Boys necklace. There we go. Oh, can you see him dangling on the bridge here?
Yeah, Lost Boys. I believe that was like back at the theaters this past week.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it's it for the season. So
it's big.
I know that's one of J-Bone's favorite movies. It's
one of my favorite movies too. But I don't consider like a Halloween horror movie. That's like a summer movie.
There you go. Summer.
Yeah. Nightmare Before Christmas is a Christmas movie.
Oh yes, it's both, but it is for Christmas. But hold on. we have a super sticker here from Bell's Boy.
Oh wow! Thank you kindly.
Thank you. Evening, Alicia and Bill. The players will beat the redheaded Melvin and the hobbling Hobbit Hippo. So we got someone in there for the major players. Let us know. Sound off. Who will be the tag champions? Will it be the major players? Are they going to be the ones to get the challenge? Because based on we'll talk about later, the major players could get that title shot. And if they get the title shot, will they win it? Do you think they're going to lose their first defense? What do you think in the chat? Let us know.
I think they'll retain. My prediction is they'll retain.
Oh, baby!
He likes that prediction. But we got to give we got to give the coach
Impact Wrestling.
Thank you, Bell's Boy, and yes, obviously you can definitely do a super chat. Feel free to do any bits if you're on the Twitch. Love you, Team Twitch, and don't forget you got to hit that like button, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications, for you can see all of our content.
Yeah, you definitely want to make sure you tweak with those notifications. Make sure you're getting every time we go live.
We only do it live. We're live.
Should we take a quick moment to talk about our sponsor?
We do have a sponsor, and it is Manscaped.
Yes.
So when you gotta, when you're living a busy life and you gotta take care of things above and down below, you can with Manscaped, because it takes care of everything. It gets down to the nooks and crannies of what you need to get done, and it does it very well. And you can get it with a promo code. Alicia, what is that promo code?
Code TNI for 20% off and free shipping. Can I also just add that this thing has a flashlight on it?
Hey,
so if you're in the middle of a hurricane, because I'm trying to wonder why you would need this.
You need a flashlight. Hey, ask Kyle. If you're a member of the Peanut Club, a flashlight will help you see if there's something that's maybe not quite large enough to normally see. It will help you see it. And it's to be safe. And we believe in safety. But we thank Manscaped, and we thank you for supporting them.
Yeah, well. So once again, use code TNI for 20% off and free shipping, and, keep it tight and locked down.
Keep it tight. If you want to keep anything
Paul, I don't know what to say.
But we did get a big win here from Chris Bay, but we definitely know Moose is causing his shenanigans, and Vampire Moose, as you're calling him, I like it. But he is a scumbag, and we'll see where this goes forward. But we have it doesn't seem like it's done between these guys, that's for sure. Then we get backstage. We get the New Japan Openweight Tag Team Champions, Aussie Open, cutting a promo, which I like to see. That they're back. They want to get the tag team gold in Impact Wrestling. So we got another set of challengers looking at those tag titles, and they're pretty much saying next week, bring on all the challengers. So what do you think of Aussie Open coming back to Impact Wrestling, Alicia?
I'm cool with it. I like them. I've had a couple of opportunities to actually see them do their stuff, and I get the hype. I'm all for it. They seem like they got they fit in good with Impact, so I'm all for it.
Impact's good with kind of these, like when Finn Juice was here, the revolving tag teams, like the ones that maybe are coming from other companies or the indies that do a run here of some kind. So I think I think they'll be a nice addition to the company, no doubt. And it adds to the tag division as we're getting some losses, obviously, with the Kingdom leaving. So that helps right now. But we go in. So we then go back. We're backstage. Bully Ray, not happy. That he's like, oh, I'm doing the right thing. I wanted to do it the right way, Tommy. Tommy's trying to calm him down. But he's like, he's going to go after Moose. He's like, Moose is going to get it. And he's like, Tommy's like, yeah, I don't like Moose either. So neither of them like scumbag Moose. So Bully Ray eventually. For good
reason. I mean, Bully Ray kind of waltzed in, pulled some shit, and now has a target painted on his bully back.
Well, he thinks he did it the right way, Alicia, since he didn't screw anybody over this time around.
Yeah, I mean, you could look at it that way, but if you look at it from a perspective of probably, and we're talking kayfabe here, obviously, there's no real feelings here. You've been working your butt off to try and get this, and you see your opportunity and see it get taken away by some guy who came back for a night.
So you're saying more so, even if he's not doing bullying backstage in a certain way, him just being there in a spotlight is the way.
Stepping on toes, man. He's stepping on young gun toes. Old buck stepping on young gun toes. That sounded right. I'll go with it.
Yeah, go with it.
And these kids nowadays don't want to be told by Father Time that he knows what's best. That he knows what's best for the company. That's what I call all these veteran guys, is just Father Time.
Father Time. I like it.
Peace and love. No, hopefully that doesn't sound offensive at all.
Peace and love. Speaking of Bully Ray, he was part of the Impact flashback of the week. Did you see that, Alicia? Against Sting?
Oh, wait, yes, I did.
Yeah.
I just
zoned out. Ace of an eighth era. So
my eyes glazed over and I went to another.
That was another era. Another era of Bully.
I do remember watching that match, though. Isn't that funny? Old as fuck. That's why.
Well, Ray, once again, happy birthday.
You're old as fuck.
There you go. I put that on the birthday card. So we after Bullies calm down, we got a match here once again made earlier tonight. Matt Cardona, always ready, against Alex Shelley. What'd you think of this one? We got a lot of we got some backstage segments. We got a lot of Shelley tonight, and now we got a match. So I know somewhere Ash is really enjoying the show tonight, but maybe not the result. What'd you think of this one?
I liked it. I don't know. I just feel that this is leading to something fun. I'm not contextualizing this well at all. Other than it was
are you glad to see Matt Cardona
good
back?
match. I enjoy. Happy to see Cardona. Although, all right. Conspiracy theory: are Cardona and Myers like joint digital champion?
No, it's just him. Like, he is the single holder. I know there was the injury angle, so they
Like
at least they're
Trump?
not playing that up yet. Not to say that they can't go into that, but they haven't. Right now, it seems like it's just recognized.
I just feel like they're two bros with a belt, buddy. And I was gonna say that if that's what they're going with,
are they bros or is one?
Well, the truth is, you're nothing but a mid Cardona.
Foes that pretend to be bros.
They're bros, then they're not bros. They don't know what.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So anyway, unfortunately,
but the bros will stay bros since Matt Cardona won this match. Well, little shenanigans.
Always ready. Matt Cardona won the match.
He's always ready. But he does get the win here. So does that put them, are the major players, you think, going to get the title shot, or we still need to see more? Do you think they're going to get that title shot first against Heath and Rhino?
It remains to be seen.
Okay, time will tell. Too early. Let it play out. So we get that. Then, but then Myers and Cardona, they attack the machine guns after the match, and then Heath and Rhino make the save. Can't forget that. So we'll see. It seems like all the teams are.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It remains to be seen because clearly
they're all still involved.
Yeah,
all still involved.
Nobody's been eliminated. This is going to turn into a triple threat, ultimate elimination tag extravaganza.
Love an extravaganza. So we go backstage. The champ, Josh Alexander, talking with Gail Kim. Gail Kim is saying how she's talking about Bully Ray, that Bully Ray taught her more in the business than anybody, but she also taught her not to trust anybody, and that she shouldn't. That Josh, pay attention, like don't trust them. Pretty much, that's all he keeps hearing is don't trust them.
I feel like that's the best advice in the wrestling is don't trust anybody.
Don't trust
DTA.
anybody. But then, out of nowhere, comes Steve Macklin.
Yeah, Wild Macklin.
So a security, Gail goes for security, but then also Frankie Kazarian comes in for the save. They go to commercial, come back. It's Gail, it's Josh, it's Frankie. And then Josh and Frankie are talking. He's like thanks, but I thought I wasn't expecting that. So he only saved him because he wants him for Overdrive to get that title. But next week, he's like, you know what? Let's tag together against Aussie Open, which he accepted. So we got the champion and the number one contender now tagging against Aussie Open. So obviously a team that has never tagged before, first time ever. We'll see how that goes, but that could be something. We'll see.
That's what I'm saying is like this tag division seems like there's major eye on the tag division going forward for the time being, and now we're seeing kind of like Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy Open. I don't know. I was thinking about that. You see all these tag teams, and now we're getting the hodgepodge tag teams.
Hey, you gotta throw them in there.
Alexander, and you know what I mean. And everybody's you
gotta have the hodgepodge tag team every once in a while. As long as they don't do the
Franken team.
Yeah, as long as they don't get like a title, then no.
Yeah. But as it often goes, is they'll most likely see a tag gold match. So,
So, but that now, all right, so we know that's happening. But now we get. Are you ready? Are you ready, Alicia, for what we're about to see?
Yes.
We get Raj Singh come out. Boo, Raj, boo. But Shera. Nice Shera. But who's his opponent? Say his name. He appears.
Joe Hendry.
Joe Hendry.
I'm afraid. I'm worried he's going to show up and ruin my life.
He might. He might come from behind you. You never know. He's sneaky back there. But he's motivating us.
With my husband.
He was motivating everybody in the crowd. He's here to motivate us. What did you think of Joe Hendry back in Impact Wrestling?
I feel like Joe Hendry can't lose.
He can't lose. Everyone.
Does that mean I believe in Joe Hendry? I think so.
I agree.
Wave your hands. We got wave your hands from side to side. In sync.
Okay.
In sync.
It's sync. It's sync.
It's like windshield wipers.
Windshield wipers. There you go.
Oh, my face hurts from smiling so much.
He's waving his hands. Everybody likes Joe Hendry. How could you not?
Oh, yeah. I feel like it's only going to get bigger, too, to respond to Bell's voice. Here. I agree.
Yeah, so obviously Joe, he cuts a promo before the match, get everyone psyched up. But big win for Joe. I think I agree. We're going to see a lot from Joe Hendry. It's going to be, he's got a momentum right now, and you want to capitalize on that. So great to see him back at Impact, no doubt, and he's making a difference. He's motivating. We go backstage with kind of the camera where you can't see what's going on. You just see Eric Young and Dean are talking to somebody about that they had to lose, like they lost, to turn back into violence, that it's coming back. But he's going to have a match with Sammy next week. So I don't know. Any opinion on this one? Do you any guess on who he could be talking to?
I don't like to guess.
Don't guess. I didn't
like
think you wanted to guess.
Friends.
Who knows? Maybe he was talking to the wall.
He's probably talking to like a mirror of himself.
He could be talking to a mirror. He could be talking to a whole crew of yellow hooded VBD zealots. Who knows? We don't know.
Yeah.
So we go from there. We get an interesting one here. We don't see this too often. Old school TNA Mike Tenay vibes. Gia Miller doing a sit-down interview with Eddie Edwards, who we're not sure until now of Honor No More or not. But he said nothing left. Kingdom gone. Vincent injured. PCO. PCO. He's not liking PCO right now. Kenny King focused on the X Division. There's nothing to keep around. So, but then she starts talking about with Lish. It was he had to decide Honor No More or her in the marriage. But he doesn't want to go there. He doesn't want to get into the private life. But then she asks, "Do you regret anything?" He's like, "No." He still believes in the cause. They made mistakes, but he's not happy with PCO in this. He says PCO's a little bitch.
Oh yeah, okay.
I don't. If I was Eddie Edwards, I don't know if I'd be throwing around terminology like that to PCO.
I feel like it's like if you poke the bear so many times, which Eddie Edwards did, it's like kind of like self-fulfilling karma. Like, but he's too egocentric to like realize, hey, I really kind of messed up there. I was kind of a dick to him, and now he's just being an even bigger dick to me to show me that he's a bigger dick. And I feel like this is gonna get crazy.
It seems like it. It definitely seems like it, no doubt.
I mean, it's PCO, for fuck's sake. That man's not human.
He's not human. Come on, PCO. So, I don't know, Eddie. We'll see if this works out for you in the end. Doesn't seem like a good idea, but we'll see. We'll see what happens here. So now I don't want to ruin it here for you, Alicia. We're at the main event. It's a big
one. Wow.
The knockouts are main eventing tonight. And it's 6 knockout tag action. You got Vexed. You got Gisele Shaw. Then you got the champ, Jordynne Grace. You got Taylor Wilde. And you got Hardcore Country, Mickie James in this main event. Great to see the knockouts and the legend headline. Hardcore Country. What did you think of this knockouts main event?
It was fun. I feel like it was a good way to end the show. All 6 of these women worked really well with each other and put on a great match. I feel like, though, little off topic here, Taylor Wilde is like the Stevie Nicks of wrestling. And Mickie James is like Loretta Lynn. And I just think that's so fun.
I like that only this podcast about Impact Wrestling can be dropping comparisons to Loretta Lynn and Stevie Nicks on the same show. And I'm loving it.
Yeah. Well, it's like the Taylor and Mickie are the music ladies, I feel like,
they are
Impact currently, but I'm sure there's more. For those of you who are living under a rock, Mickie is a recording artist, and does tour with her music. And Taylor Wilde is just so ingrained in punk and all that it's just, I don't know, but it's the witchy vibe. She's like the white witch of wrestling, Taylor Wilde. And so that's where I get the Stevie Nicks.
It's going to be interesting to see if she brings any of that to her character, or if she stays more as like kind of the punk rocker Taylor Wilde. Like, which do we see a witchy Taylor Wilde at some point?
It would be like with Stevie Nicks is in the Coven season of American Horror Story, where she just appears and they play their music, and then she's like, okay, bye. I don't care. I'm just glad Taylor's back. We were deprived of her for many, 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 many moons, and I'm just happy she's back, and hopefully she's sticking around. I feel like an abandoned child. I just want people to stick around in Impact, because like I think I said it last week. I'm a little weathered with having people just kind of come in for short stints and rolling out.
I think with Taylor, obviously she didn't wrestle.
There's other reasons for her, obviously. And I'm not combining, but I
think if she's I think if she can. If she's wrestling, I think she's wrestling here at Impact. They always want to have, just like when you had Madison Rayne, you always have a couple veterans in there. That I think the Knockouts division wants to have some veterans always there, and someone like Taylor Wilde is a great fit in there. And seeing her interact with the rest of the locker room and stuff, perfect fit in back then in the company and today. So I think we're gonna get a while out of Taylor Wilde, and I think it's great.
Let's get wild, bro.
Let's get
Taylor Wilde.
Yeah, because at some point I want to see her go I still want to see Sarita come back as well and then go after the Knockouts tag titles.
That'd be pretty dope.
The OGs going back after it. Come on. You got to do that at some point. It feels too natural. Or the original champs are coming after the belts. So
I should also bring up too that Gisele works really well with BXT. So, even up to their entrance, they all had the NSYNC going, but I really feel like just, they got all the means of a great team, but
they do.
We'll see.
Well, some would say anytime you're working with Miss Deonna, you're gonna, because she works well with everybody because
I am the fucking greatest.
The way she says that, the fucking greatest. Oh, did you freeze? Did I freeze? Did someone freeze?
Wait, there's a glitch in the Matrix, but we're okay.
A glitch in the Matrix. Uh-oh.
It's J-Bone from afar.
Is he trying to click in?
But obviously, we saw at the end of this match, Gisele get a little distracted with Jordynne on the outside and wanting that title.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think, Ken? And how's Bex going to feel about this? Because it cost them the match tonight.
I think they'll be none too pleased. Because they, listen, their whole plan was to eliminate Mickie, get her to retire, and they could have done it tonight. But Gisele got a little starstruck by that belt, that shiny, wonderful women's belt that would probably fit so snugly around her waist. Fingers crossed, that's where her vision, where her story is going to take her.
No, I agree. Now, we do have, we don't normally do this on the show, but Bell's Boy, guess what? He gave the super chat earlier. I'll allow him this question. Do you believe that, now he's talking fake wrestling news, although PW Insider is usually pretty decent, put out that Chelsea's probably going back to the E. Obviously, I think it's pretty common knowledge that she does not have, I believe it's like a handshake deal with Impact. So obviously, she's very in on a storyline right now. You could never say never, but she's pretty much been at every Impact taping now for quite a while. I don't see her going anywhere anytime soon. Is there always a possibility? Maybe.
Are we just fantasy booking?
Well, it sounds like a dirt sheet. A dirt sheet put it out there, and I think that's not the first time. But
is that the one where she actually responded? It was like, love that, but I'm not. That's not what's happening. I don't know verbatim what she said, but
I don't think so. I don't see it. Obviously, anything could happen because these companies are just hiring at whim.
Well, think of it this way: up until
guaranteed money.
Danny Trips took over WWE, everyone thought everyone was going to AEW. So maybe as fans, y'all should step back a little bit and breathe air.
Well, that's the thing. And honestly, a dirt sheet's always going to put it out there because
they got to be first.
Yeah, they got to be first. They got to
doesn't have to be.
It's always going to be somebody.
It doesn't have to be the
free agent. Yeah, if they're a free agent or a contract's ending, it's going to be a discussion. But I don't see it. Not to say it ain't going to happen because it's wrestling. People can always
listen, if that other place is more better to work and less of a toxic environment, wouldn't you want to go back?
Yeah, like some people, they want to do things. There's all kinds of reasons people are going to make moves. Money, schedule, work,
family, there's many reasons.
There's many reasons. So I don't think anything's coming in the near future, but it's always out there. You never know what their plans are. But we'll see. We'll definitely see. So appreciate the question, Bell's Boy.
It's a fun discussion.
But you know what? There is another piece of news. And I'm not going to – I didn't put it in the original segment because it's bigger than fake wrestling news. It can't. It's factual wrestling news. It's reported. So we can't have this. This gets its own segment, Alicia, and that's the re-signing, Alicia, of the legend, the one, the only, Johnny Swing.
You guys swing?
He was on Tommy Dreamer's House of Hardcore podcast and confirmed, re-upped one more year. So through next year, you will be seeing the Swing Man on Impact on Access TV. And yeah, Daddy, you can't beat that.
Am I imagining this? Is Johnny Swinger and Zicky Dice's tag team name the Swing and Zing?
You know what? I don't know if they officially call them that. But I like the Swing and Zing. I like the swinging Dicemen. I'll take anything.
The Swing and Zing. I don't know where Zing comes from, but Swing and Zick and Swing. I don't know. We'll figure it out. They can call my manager.
Yeah. But let us know. Like I know Bell's boy. I know you're not a fan of the Swing Man. I know there's a couple of us that are hardcore swing men and swingerellas. But I think he's somebody, the perfect role. He almost never wins a match. He doesn't have a ton of matches. When he does, he never wins. But he's gold in backstage segments. He offers that little bit of comedy that you still want to always have on TV. And he does it great. So I'm always a fan of the Swing Man. So glad to see him sticking around. But I did, and you know what, Paul, since you were asking here, I haven't heard anything recently. I know recently as in like, what was it, a month or two ago, they went back and kind of said, like, I know some of the different wrestlers, and I believe even the GoFundMe that Don West had up, like that cancer it returned, like he wasn't, like he was fighting it again, like it had kind of come back, harder. So haven't heard anything recently. Obviously, we always wish the best for Don West, should be in the Hall of Fame, no doubt, him and Mike Tenay. But definitely the voice, the color man voice of TNA, no doubt. But we wish him the best, and hopefully some stuff going better. So now that we covered the Swing Man news as well, Alicia, we're kind of getting into the end here of the show. Any final thoughts on this episode of Impact Wrestling on Access TV?
I'd say I like this one a touch better than last week's episode.
Okay.
But I think because things are being more clearly established, so I don't like when things are chaos. So, I liked it. It was enjoyable.
Yeah, you had they had to reset a lot of things after Bound for Glory. Because that's the reset. Like, they don't wait till Hard to Kill. Right after Bound for Glory, you're getting this reset in these couple months. So you kind of had a start to it in the fallout for Bound for Glory in Albany. But now with a new set of tapings, you're really getting into all the new storylines. Some continuation, but a lot of new storylines being planned. So no doubt, let us know in the chat what you thought of tonight's show, where you put it, where you might see everything going. Let us know in the comments. We definitely appreciate everyone coming out. This is maybe a record time period show for us. The TNI show going in about an hour.
People got to wake up in the morning.
It's time to make the donuts, as they say.
Crew wrecking it.
So, obviously, Bone Man, thanks for trying to get on. We know he struggled with the technology, but I'm thinking he's close. The Wi-Fi is there. I'm thinking by next week we'll probably see the Bone Man, but take his time, get set up in his new office. But really now, we got Halloween coming up here, Alicia, on Monday.
Yes.
So, any big plans you want to let people know about? Like, you got any crazy festivities going through? Like, let us know. What are you doing for Halloween?
Well, it's on a Monday, so it's kind of hard to do anything on Halloween.
A little different on actual Monday.
Saturday, I am going to the ICW horror show
Nice.
at the Heartland. I believe it's at the Heartland Ballroom.
Yes.
Or the Heart Ballroom. I don't know what it's called.
Yep.
And so that'll be fun. I was told costumes are encouraged, and so that will be my my fun Halloween stuff.
Interesting.
And then, like pumpkin carving.
Look at Alicia. She's going to an ICW show, No Holds Barred. That I was at all these shows early on. But then a lot of stuff started conflicting. But I actually have nothing on the old dance card on Saturday. But
maybe take a break.
I do have MLW at the 2300 Arena on Sunday. So I have a show Sunday, and starting tomorrow, the Philadelphia Phillies start Game 1 of the World Series.
Oh, yeah. Let's go, Phillies.
So that's Game 1. Game 2 is on Saturday. Phillies playing while the show's going on Tuesday. So I don't know. We'll see. I have a feeling it's going to be a heavy Phillies weekend for me. So we'll see. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in Philly. So I think one night meeting from old buddies at the paper, and hopefully one night, fingers crossed, I contacted all my ticket guys. I'm like, if you can find a pair of reasonable tickets, please let me know. Reasonable,
let me know too, right?
Yeah, maybe like 20% or under on overface. That's not like 100% overface. Would be nice. So if I can make it to one of those 3, 4, or 5 games, I'll definitely do that. Hopefully with me and Dave. So we'll see what happens, but definitely that's what I'm hoping for. And Bell's boy, 100% with you. Go Phillies, America's team. We all hate the cheaters, the Cheatros. That's right, they're cheaters. They won one world title in 2017, and they cheated.
The Phillies have the best mascot.
Philly Fanatic's the man, or whatever he is.
It's the best.
It is the best. The Philly Fanatic is great. San Diego Chicken's good. San Diego Chicken's good, but
he's no Philly Fanatic.
He's the best. So definitely, everybody, have a great weekend. Enjoy Halloween festivities. Enjoy some of the big
responsible.
Yes.
Don't drink and drive.
Yeah, Halloween now, like after Christmas, I think it's the second biggest holiday people celebrate with like decorations and parties. It feels like it is now.
Yeah, it's getting bigger every year, I feel like.
Yeah, so definitely enjoy it. Who knows? Maybe on the Discord, because you got to check out the Discord, link below. Maybe, who knows? Maybe we'll be talking all things Halloween, I'm sure. Maybe the Patreons. Maybe we'll stream a movie. Who knows? Could happen. We'll see, because I might have some free time to do something over the weekend. Who knows? Maybe even a special Patreon show. I don't know. A spooky wrestling show. We'll see. So stay tuned. Maybe I'll do some Patreon content if I figure out how to use this Patreon gimmick. Me and Johnny Swinger both, but we'll figure it out. But until then, definitely check us out on all the different podcast formats out there. We Talk Impact on Twitter, Total Nonstop Impact on all the socials. Alicia, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter under the handle Alicia B. Cakey. I am also lurking in the fiery pits of Discord, judging, mocking.
And there's times where that's meant that, like, it's well deserved. I'm looking at you.
It's
you know who you are.
To let you know that I know what you're doing. And I am watching you.
And now, from the rumors I'm hearing, now that Elon Musk took over Twitter, he knows what you're doing. So he's watching.
He sees you when you're sleeping, and he knows when you're awake. He knows when he's going to implant something in your brain. to make the future quake. Anyway, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, everybody. Obviously, you can always check me out normally if you're not at a show, but say hi if you are, or maybe even at a local show. I'll see you there and say hello. But at my name, William M. Gardner. But definitely check out all of our information, Total Nonstop Impact, wherever podcasts are listened to or watched. So we will see you later. TNI UK, you'll see them next Wednesday if there's not any shows or Patreon content in between. And then we'll see you hopefully back with the Bone Man and a revolving cast of characters next Thursday. And last but not least, one final happy birthday wish to one of the OGs of the channel, Trent. Happy birthday, brother.
Woohoo!